These are my confessions. Just when I thought I said it like a sin, she comes aside, says she's got. Hello guys. So this is very random. I mean, not so random, but this is in the middle of the afternoon. I haven't shot a video in the middle of the afternoon in a very long time, or even during the day in a very long time. Probably my first 3 videos. I've been shooting at night because of noise. So first, if you hear any external noise, I'm sorry, you have to pardon it. I just really wanted to do this video now. I was about to edit a vlog, and this is the first time I'm feeling this good in a couple of days, probably even in a couple of weeks. But yeah, I haven't felt this good in a while. I mean, I didn't realize how bad I had been feeling until I was listening to music this afternoon, which is the first time I have listened to music in a while. And that happens to me. I don't know why I didn't pay attention, but we'll get there. Yeah, welcome to this video. Okay, so for this video, I really just threw on the top, took the fastest scarf I could get, put on earrings, and just plugged my mic, set up my ring light, and I'm just doing this because I felt like if I didn't do this now, I really like the energy that I have right now, and I felt like if I didn't do this now, I probably would be filming it in a sadder mood or in a more solemn mood, and I really feel good now, and I thought this is best for me to film in. But anyway, yeah, I feel like I'm rambling. Let's get straight to the point. So, you know, I already said that I didn't realize I wasn't paying attention to myself as much, because please tell me why I had a panic attack. See, this is one of those times I am grateful for the gift of self-awareness. At least the fact, because I feel like I wouldn't have gotten to the point of clarity that I did as fast as I got to it if not that because I was self-aware. A lot of the things that I actually thought about that came to my mind when I was piecing all the events together and everything that happened together, I mean, in a couple of weeks, like things that I knew when these things were happening, I just didn't pay attention to them. And I mean, again, how would I have known it was going to result into a panic attack? Because I had no idea what a panic attack was. I've heard it before. I honestly had never seen anybody have a panic attack. I didn't know what the symptoms were. I just knew that there was something called panic attack. For some reason, I didn't know what it was. I mean, I didn't know what it looks like, what it felt like. So of course, when all of these things were happening, I had no idea that they were going to result in a panic attack. Now I know. I mean, I'm coming out of this as a wiser Barlkiss, as a Barlkiss that knows herself a little better, as a Barlkiss that can help somebody else if they are in that situation, because now I know myself better, and now I know what a panic attack is, and I know like the events that led to it and how I felt before the big grand event. Yeah. Again, if I shot this video at another time, maybe earlier than this or maybe even later than this, I probably wouldn't feel this good. And I'm glad I'm filming in this good spirit. Yeah, I kind of prefer it. So yeah, let me just take you back to everything that happened, how it happened, and yeah, how I ended up having a panic attack. So for a few weeks, I had been feeling anxious. I'm a customer success manager, which means I handle clients, and I'm in charge of ensuring that clients have good experience. Of course, when clients have good experience at the end of the day, I work at a tech company and it's subscription based. When a client has good experience, you give them a reason to subscribe, of course, to renew their subscription. Yeah, so basically I'm in charge of ensuring that everything they're fine, everything is set, but also I had to set up for clients. And I think I'm currently handling about 5 clients or 6, but yeah, anyway, it just felt like a lot of things have been happening, and all of these clients have not been in the best of place. Like something has been happening, and so it's like handling a project and there's just a stop gap or something that is just, there's like a, what's it called, there's a word for it. Wow, I know the word is very simple word. It's in my brain, it's just not coming out. Like a barrier, Barlkiss. So yeah, it's like a barrier, and things were just not going as well as they should be going for a lot of my clients. Well, I mean, at least 3 of them, right? And so I'd been anxious because I'd just been anxious. I particularly didn't pay attention to this anxiousness because, in fact, I said that if you had asked me at that point in time, I would have told you that I was worried, which is a normal, I mean, it felt very familiar. So before I started this particular job, I used to be an event manager. I used to work at an event center. I was in charge of ensuring that I was coordinating the event from the event center's perspective. So I was in charge of ensuring that the clients had no issues whatsoever with their event as regards to the event center. So like lighting is fine, everywhere is cool enough, so the ACs are working fine, electricity is up, so the generators are working good, and they're not going to go off during the event for any reason whatsoever. There's water, the toilets are clean. It is like I was in charge of just ensuring that everything was in place. So that anxious feeling, I mean, event managers will know this, or anybody that has handled any event would know that you will be anxious throughout the event, right? Throughout, you can't help it. So I'm used to being anxious. So it was a common feeling for me. It was not normal, but it wasn't out of place for me. So I didn't pay attention to it. Yeah, I didn't pay attention to it at all. So I've been anxious. I really feel good at this is the first time my spirit has been this good in a while. At least in the last 5 days. Today is Saturday. The panic attack happened around 1 a.m. around 1 a.m. on Tuesday. So let's say like just an hour after Monday. So in my head it happened on Monday. Yeah. So since I haven't felt this good since then. So yeah, I don't know. Sorry that I'm just pausing to acknowledge how good I feel. Yeah. So what was I saying? Yeah. So anxiousness was a common feeling for me. It wasn't something that was out of place. So I didn't pay attention to it. And usually when I'm really anxious and really stressed, so let's say that the anxiousness level is from 0 to 10. By the time I'm getting to like an 8 and a 9, I start getting palpitations. So like my heart will just all of a sudden just race up like for a few seconds, and yeah. So but the more common the palpitations are during the day, the more stressed I am. So again, I knew this. So I knew I was stressed. I knew I was anxious. So the palpitations again were not out of place. They weren't. So I didn't really, they were not out of place. They were not. So I mean, I knew I was stressed. Even when I told my brother that, I'm getting palpitations, he knows that I usually will get palpitations when I'm stressed. And he knew I was stressed because of work, because it was around on Sunday and I was stressing about work. So it wasn't again out of place. He just told me to, maybe, I can't remember what he told me. It was hot, so he told me to open the window so that I could get fresh air and all of that. So yeah. But anyway, so I've been getting all these palpitations, and for some reason, I know why I wasn't looking forward to this week. Today is Saturday, so today is the last day of the week. I wasn't looking forward to this last Monday at all, this last week at all, because like I said, all my clients basically had an issue. Like something was wrong with the project that was getting it delayed. And all of these delays, by the way, were out of my hands. That's another thing. So again, when I was working as an event manager, whenever there were any issues, there are things that I could do. So say for example, there's no fuel in the gen and it needs to be fueled. Oh no, there was an issue that we had one time. I think the facility manager didn't check the oil level, and so so there's a generator guy that usually would come and check the gen, and he came and the generator was already on, and he mentioned how if the generator went off by itself, the engine is going to knock, and so we had to quickly But these are things that, okay, so ensure that someone goes to buy oil and plan. So there are things that I could control, not necessarily control 100%, but that I could be actively part of ensuring that everything goes fine. I'm sweating. I know it's hot, guys. It's crazy hot, and I can't turn on the fan because of the noise. Yeah. By the way, anyway, so this time around, every single thing was out of my hand. So the delay was caused by maybe somebody not telling someone what to do, or a task that needs to be done by someone in tech. I don't know anything about writing codes or nothing like that. So these are things that I couldn't help with. So it was even worse for me because I wasn't just anxious that there was a delay. I was anxious because there was nothing I could do about it. I had to wait on other people to get things done. Anyway, so that was another thing. I wasn't looking forward to coming into the week at all, because I didn't even see what I knew it was going to be. I just dreaded the week. I knew it was going to be not so good because things were being delayed, and it's a project. Our work is to ensure that it moves as fast as it could, and yeah, I couldn't do that because things were not in my hands to control. So yeah. So like by Monday evening, things were not moving as good as I wanted them to. I had to push a timeline. So usually when there's something that needs to be done for a client and it's going to take like 1 week, let's say, yeah, it's going to take like 1 week, I usually give like twice the length of time. So if it was going to take a day, I'll tell you to take 2 days, just in case, just to give that allowance of if something goes wrong, it can be handled by us. I mean, yeah. So imagine now already doing that, and even at that, I still needed to we couldn't meet that timeline. So, and I hate when that happens. It's like I'm promising and failing, and I'm personally, even in my personal space, my personal world outside of work, I don't like to do this. So it was terrible. I felt very terrible. So I was already anxious before this happened, before I knew that I had to push the timeline again. So that added, of course, to my anxiousness, and my palpitations were getting worse. I was having them very often. And I didn't mention this on Sunday night. I mean, again, remember that I said that I'd been anxious the days or even weeks before, and then it was even much worse during that weekend, last weekend, because I didn't know what this week was going to look like. And so on Sunday night, I had a dream. This is the first time I'm flashing back to that dream and I'm not immediately just bawling. This is the first time. Oh, so I'm glad that I've healed this fast. Just thank God. Anyway, yeah, so I had a terrible dream that had to do with a loved one needing help, and I couldn't help. I was rooted in one, like I was just stuck in a place. They were looking at me like, Barlkiss, please help. And I just couldn't do anything. I was so helpless. I remember that I'd been anxious and feeling helpless before this time, because all the things that needed to be done to move the projects ahead were not in my hands. So there was nothing I could do. I was just like, that helplessness. Usually I don't remember my dream. I just remember maybe a particular moment, a few seconds. And for some reason, throughout Monday, this part of the dream kept flashing back. It just kept coming. I just would remember it, and as soon as it comes back, like I'm teleported back into that dream and exactly how I felt in that moment. And bear in mind, my dreams are very vivid, so I'm not just dreaming, I'm also having feelings. So if, for example, I'm running in my dream, I feel tired in my dream, I promise you I'm feeling tired physically. That's how it is with me. And so yeah, that helpless feeling, I felt it physically, like I felt it. And imagine I'm getting this flashback like every hour on Monday. So of course my palpitations got worse, my anxiousness got worse. I wasn't breathing properly. And so as the day was going by, and of course nothing got better, it just got worse. My palpitations got worse, my breathing got worse, my heart was racing, like the flashbacks got even worse. I felt like doomsday was tomorrow, like was the next day. I felt like something terrible was going to happen, and I had no idea what was going on, and I had no idea why I was feeling that way. I didn't know. I had no idea. Again, because I didn't know what the panic attack felt like, and like how the things that leads to it. If anybody had told me even at that night, even like 5 minutes before it happened, that I was going to get a panic attack, and I thought, are you mad? Like, are you dumb? I would have just like, oh please. I didn't know what was happening. I didn't even know I had it was a panic attack until after it happened. Until when I was coming down from the peak of it, until after it peaked. And this was because it peaked, and I'll get there. Don't let me jump the gun. I'll get there. So by Monday night, I felt the worst I had felt in a while. Again, I still didn't know what was happening. I think I've said this enough, because I had no idea what led to a panic attack, like the symptoms and all of that. I had no idea. I didn't realize I was anxious. I would have still thought, no, at that point, I wasn't wondering what was happening to me, because this was no longer just anxiousness. This was palpitations all the time, flashing back to the dream, feeling like doomsday was coming, feeling like doomsday was imminent, feeling like something terrible was about to happen. So I just was very restless. So I told my brother at that point. But this time I had already spoken to some of my friends, but I told my brother at that point, and that was when I told him that I was having. So I played it down. So I was like, I was having palpitations, and then that was when he told me to open the window, ensure that I was getting enough air and things like that. But something then happened, and the panic attack was triggered, and I just started shaking uncontrollably. I started shaking uncontrollably. My heart was racing. I couldn't breathe. I was struggling to breathe. I was just hyperventilating. My heart was racing so bad. My head, it felt like my brain wanted to burst out of my skull. I felt like I was going crazy. Like it felt like I was about to run mad. It was crazy. In fact, when I woke up yesterday, I'm certain. When I woke up, so again, like I said, today is the first time I'm feeling this good. Yesterday was Friday, right? Friday, I started feeling a little better yesterday. When I woke up yesterday, I just like, I had a panic attack. How? Why? Even now, I'm like, what the hell? And I knew I was going to feel that way because I wanted to document it. This wasn't when I had it, of course. This was after. This was so it happened the early hours of Tuesday. By the time I woke up Tuesday morning, I felt like I wanted to document it and just say everything that happened. But I, of course, did not feel like bringing out my phone and turning on the camera. I would have bawled. Like, I wouldn't have been able to explain what happened. I would have just been crying. Like, at every slight, even when I just remember, I just cry. Every time I just flash back to that dream, I just start weeping. Yeah. Again, thank God for self-awareness, because the clarity that I got afterwards and how fast that I got there, it wouldn't have happened that fast if not that I was aware of myself. I knew, like, I was aware of everything that happened before then, and I knew how my body operated and how my mind operated. That was what made me get to that clarity as fast as I did, and I'm sure that's even why I'm feeling this good already. But yeah, so after when it was happening, I tried if you can flash back to, I think I'll link the video. I don't know which side of the screen is going to be now, right or left, I don't know, but I'm going to link the video somewhere here, where I talked about how to get out of a bad mood. I thought I was in a bad, I mean, I didn't know what was going on, so I thought I was probably in a terrible mood, which I had no idea what was going on. So I did everything I could. I tried to take a shower. Oh, I was also feeling dizzy. So imagine shaking uncontrollably, weeping uncontrollably. My heart was racing. My head felt like it was going to blow up, like my brain was going to burst out of my skull. I felt like I was running mad. And then I was dizzy. So I was dizzy. So I peaked at a point. It peaked. So this, like, all of this that was happened around like in 20 minutes, but like the peak was about 10 minutes like 10 minutes into it. It's a terrible way to feel for even a minute, let alone 10 minutes, less than 20. Yeah, so but I think it peaked around like 10 minutes into it, and then so it's like, of course, it was coming up, peaked, and then it started coming down slowly, because by the time I was even sleeping, I was still shaking. I was still shaking the next morning. It was that bad. Well, anyway, so when I was coming down, I texted my mom that I don't know what is happening. I just texted her, I feel like I'm going crazy, I'm having palpitations, I'm not able to breathe properly. I don't know what's happening. And then I texted my line manager, also my supervisor, that, oh, I think I need to take a few days off, that I don't know what is happening with me. I texted her, I just told her like the things that was happening, to that maybe when I wake up the next morning and I feel better, we will be able to address it properly. But at that point in time, I had no idea what was happening. So my mom tried calling me on WhatsApp at first, and then she called me normally, and then she told me that I was having a panic attack, that I should calm down, because I think I told her on the phone I was going to try to take a shower, because at this point I'd been doing, so all through Monday I was doing breathing exercises. Like I said, anytime I got that flashback, that feeling of helplessness would just wash over me. Fam, can you guys see how hot it is? Of course, I'm standing in front of ring light, so it's even making it worse, and there's no fan. Like everywhere, when they say peace be still, there's no air everywhere, there's no breeze, everywhere is just, it's crazy. But anyway, let's just continue. So yeah, so I told her that I was going to try to get a shower. I'd been doing breathing exercises all through Monday, because like just to calm me down, because again, palpitations. I've been doing breathing exercises all through, but I hadn't taken a shower, so I was like, okay, I think I need to get under the shower, just calm down. But again, I was dizzy, so when I got into the bathroom, I just had to quickly pour water on my body and get out, because I was dizzy. I didn't want to fall in the bathroom. It was when I got back that I saw her messages, that she was like, am I sure I'm going to be okay in the bathroom? This is what I'm saying, that I'm dizzy. So when she called, I told her that, oh, that yeah, I couldn't stay long because I was dizzy. And then she was like, okay, I had there was a panic attack. There's a medication that I'm on for my back pain, and it's also like an antidepressant. And so she asked if I had taken it. I was like, yeah, I have, but I've not. Usually it makes me drowsy. Baby girl, I think I took it around 8 p.m. I mean, again, this was already after 1 a.m. and I wasn't sleepy at all. Ooh, but thank God we're here now. Yeah, so I wanted to actually do this to document this. So it was after she told me that it was a panic attack, blah 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 blah. I just googled panic attack, and if I tell you that practically every symptom that was mentioned, that was listed, or the way it was described, I'm going to put up like the description, and then like the symptoms that I saw online on the screen. I was like there was no better way to define what I went through, or what I had still been going through at that point in time. It was ticking every symptom. It was like the classic case of panic attack. Crazy. But yeah, I was glad that I knew what I had, what had happened, because I think another thing that even made it worse was I didn't know what was going on. So at that point, now I knew what was happening, and then I started thinking about. I mean, I was still working on calming down properly, and I just started chanting. And one of the things, I mean, it was the next day I even saw that one of the things that helps is just chanting a specific something, like constant, a phrase. For me, it was a prayer. So that was what I did eventually. That I then fell asleep. Ooh, I never want to feel that way again in my life. But I feel like if I'm ever going to have a panic attack again, I would know better. But I don't think I would. I mean, now I know, like I said, I'm coming out of this a wiser Barlkiss, a more knowledgeable Barlkiss. Now I know about panic attacks. Now I know what my symptoms are. I know, now I know to stop, and I know my limits. I think that was the thing I didn't. So afterwards, I felt like on Wednesday. So Tuesday I still worked because I hate putting responsibilities on others. But I mean, I was still able to quickly work on a task. So I completed that task on Wednesday, and yeah, then took Thursday and Friday off. But Thursday I slept. I just turned off my data. My phone was on silent. I wasn't going to talk to anybody. I was in my room all through. My cousin that I stayed with was even wondering what was going on. I was in my room all through. I slept for like 20 hours from Wednesday evening till Thursday evening. Till Thursday evening. Yeah, and I mean, the first feeling I had my first therapy session on Wednesday. And I think that also helped because at that point also I had gotten clarity, and it was good to just discuss it with someone that was familiar with these kinds of issues, and so we're able to get at least to establish what was wrong and what happened. And that for me helps because I was able to, I think, again, like I said, it was worse for me because I had no idea what was happening. So at that point when I had gotten the clarity, and I was just like, I felt like my mind betrayed me. It was yesterday that I finally arrived at the point that, well, it didn't betray you because your mind warned you. I'd been warning you for days on end. I mean, I'd been anxious, I'd been having palpitations and all of that. So yeah, my mind did warn me, but I still felt betrayed. Whew. But yeah, I just really wanted to document this. And another reason I wanted to document this was, I don't know, again, I didn't know what panic attack was, and the symptoms and anything like that. And I know that there are a lot of people that would also be where I was before. So I just wanted to do this to share my experience. One of the reasons I like sharing my experience is because I personally learn from other people's experiences. So it feels good that I'm able to do this because I know that at least one person would learn from this. And I'm just glad I've gotten at least to this point. I'm still going to have more therapy sessions. I'm still going to work on my mind and just ensure that I never get to that point again. Another fear that I had was that I was going to, now that I've had the panic attack, my mind is now sensitized, or my body is now sensitized to it, so I am prone to now have more panic attacks. But the consolation that I give myself is that now I am aware of my limits, and I'm aware of like the symptoms that I would get before a panic attack. And so I'm at peace now. My heart is finally beating properly. My pulse is not as high as it has been in a couple of days. I'm just thankful that I'm able to do this. I mean, I've been speaking for 30 minutes straight. Yeah, I'm just thankful that I've gotten to this point and I was able to share this experience. Yeah, so don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and leave a comment down below. I would actually want to know if you've had symptoms of a panic attack before, if you've ever had a panic attack, how you dealt with it, how you're dealing with it. Did you have to go into therapy? Did therapy help? What do you think I should do just to help my mind to not get to that point anymore? Okay guys, I need to go. I'm sweating like we say Christmas goats. yeah, I need to continue editing that vlog that I was editing, and I feel like this will go up before that, even though that vlog was before this. Yeah, but this will go up before that. Thank you guys for watching. Again, don't forget to share, like, subscribe, and leave a comment down below. Bye guys.